which are, and I'll just bring that up to remember it. Here's the lesson. Nibbles are 4 bits. So you have the number of 1s, 2s, 4s, and 8s. So this is 9. It's an 8, none of this, and a 1. So that's 9. And so here's all the nibbles. 1, 1, 1, 1 is 15. Here's 0, 1, and 2 is 10. 10, 10 is 10. And by the way, all the even numbers are even in base 2, and all the odd numbers are odd in base 2, which means they have a 1 on the right. So a lot of the familiar things you know about numbers continue to be true. But this is how 4-bit objects convert to base 10. And now we're going to take a look at 8-bit objects. So I get the lesson open, close some of this extra stuff. All right, so bytes. Starts the same way, right? You got numbers in base 10, you have 1, 10s, and hundreds, and thousands and such. In base 2, you got 1s, 2s, and 4s. And if you have the nibble, you can do 4 bits, but if you that's 1s, 2s, 4s, and 8s. But for a byte, you just keep going. So it's 1s, 2s, 4s, and 8s, 16s, 32, 64, and 128. It gets pretty annoying to do it this way, but this is the way you start. And so this number, 1001, 1001, is 128 plus none of this, plus 16, plus 8, plus 1. So that's 153. So it's easy to make mistakes doing it, but this is the simplest way to understand how to turn bytes to decimal. Now, there are easy ways that we'll get to later, but this is the easiest way to understand how it works. So there are some questions to answer here, and let's try a few of them. So there's 2 projects here where you practice converting bytes. Here's the first one. I put a space in the middle, by the way, because it's easier. I can't tell exactly what's going on with 8 in a row. Even though it's not standard, I put a space in the middle so I can tell. So what is this in decimal?
3.
That's 3, right? 1, 2, a 1 and a 2 and nothing else. That's 3. How about this one? 37, right. This is 5, 1 plus 4, and it's 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So it's 32 plus 5, 37. How about this one?
64 plus 2, 66.
Exactly right. This is 2. This is 64, because that's 128. So 66. There you go. So that's the game. We'll do one more. How about this one?
What do you say? 8 to 11.
Yeah, and I do it the easy way. I remember that 10, 10 is 10. And this is one more. But there's a whole bunch of shortcuts. So anyway, once you get enough right, you'll find a flag, and you can turn in that screen and get some points. And the other one for bytes is here. This one is going the other way. Turn this decimal number into binary, 178.
Okay, I know the method of dividing by 2 progressively.
That's one way. There's a lot of ways.
It's long, yeah. You need
60 plus
paper and
18.
pencil, because divided by 2, there is, divided by, so is 80.
Subtract 128 first.
I got it, but I have, did you figure it out? I got it, but...
So 88, you have a remainder of 0. Divided by 2, 44, remainder of 0. 22, 0. 11, 0.
That'll work. You're probably going to need to write it down to do that way, but that'll work, yeah.
You have 1. Divided by 2 is 2, another 1. 1 and 0. So is it possible is 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0?
Do you see one here?
Ah, okay. Should start.
Which one?
Second one.
That's right. This is the right way. And I was able to do it immediately because 160 is easy. That's 10, 10 over here. That's 10 times 16, and then it's 16 more, so I put a 1 there, and then there's 2 more. But anyway, you can also just try these. This is 128 plus 32 plus 16 plus 2. It can take you a while depending on how you do it. But it is this one. And here's another one. How about 5? That should be pretty easy.
Okay, let me try my method. So
Yeah.
I divide by 2.
Yeah.
101?
No, 101.
Oh, then 1,
Yeah,
0.
yeah, that's right. Because 4 plus 1, yep, that's 5. How about 100?
Okay, I have two choices.
6.
It's either the first or the last, because it must end by 100.
The last one.
The last one, right?
It's the last one, right?
It's the last one, because this is 96, which is 6 16s plus 4.
Ah, yeah, you can also
So it's 6 over here plus 4. But there's a lot of ways to do it. So this is going to be, what, 16, 32, 64, plus 32, that's 96, and you have 4 left. Anyway, that's the trick. So you can practice that and get used to binary. This matters a lot. And next time we'll do hex. And hex is what people really use, which makes it fairly easy, but you have to get used to it. And understanding binary numbers is essential to read raw data. And raw data is used all over the place in computing. It's used in assembly code for hacking. It's used to understand what's on the disk. You know, it's if you really want to read computer data, you get used to reading it in binary and hex.
The only way I can do this is to write it down. I shouldn't do it in my
That's fine. That's fine.